G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game which is between Geelong and Brisbane at the Gabba Saturday night, and Geelong go to 6-0, winning by 26 points. This is a wild season already. Did not expect to take the points home there. I would have been happy not being beaten by 40 points or more. Now, clearly the conditions played their part, and we adjusted quite well after the initial start Brisbane got off to. So, I'm so proud of their effort. And I believe, I haven't properly validated this, but I've just seen that it looks to be Brisbane's lowest score on the night. I was like, that might be one of their lowest scores ever at the Gabba. So 4 goals, 13. So some poor kicking at times. Clearly the conditions, our pressure was solid, and Brisbane didn't really take their opportunities. They generally don't take their opportunities in front of goal when the conditions are normal. So, it is a bit of a problem for them at times, but I'll more so talk about the Cats as opposed to the Lions' wayward kicking there. But it looks a little bit nervy early on, especially when Brisbane kicked a couple. They missed a few as well, and we're going, all right, cool. Yep, we could be in for a pretty tough night. But the key thing there was just not letting the scoreboard get out of control and being able to arrest that momentum, which I felt we did. So McCarthy kicks a crazy goal within 30 seconds. Zorko kicks one. But then, we find a way to counterpunch and make Brisbane pay on the turnover. And then we brought the margin back to some respectability in terms of getting it back to 4 points. And it was the first time this year that we've been down at a main break, or at a quarter break, I should say. And even then, we've been up in front of every break except for this quarter here alone. Pretty happy with that, I must say. But the conditions got pretty torrential. The game was really tough. I felt we over-handballed a little bit, especially early on, and got ourselves in a bit of trouble. But we did eventually adjust to the conditions. We were able to, move the ball forward, just gain field position territory, and our pressure was amazing. I was really, really stoked with that. Felt inside the contest we were pretty solid. The contested ball numbers are quite interesting. But I felt, around the clearances, that was relatively even towards, throughout the game and at the end of the game, pretty even Stevens. So that was really good. Loved our pressure. Our backline was, rock solid. Again, a great game for backlines. But, our forward line functioned really well. When we did get in there, it looked super dangerous. Henry was looking really good, and all this is to say without Cameron and Hawkins kicking a goal. So, could you imagine Carlton winning with Kerno and Mackay kicking nothing, and then your best defender out for a half? That's probably adding those elements in makes this win pretty special, and on the road to a raging Brisbane team who've been down and out to start the season off, but they've been back in really good form over the last couple of weeks. So I look at all those elements going into it thinking, Brisbane are in really red-hot touch. Don't really know where we're at yet. And look, I still don't really know where we're at after this game, but what I can say is, the guys have got guts, they've got heart. We're a good side in this competition by the looks of it at this point in time. And, I'll touch on it a little bit more later on, but clearly we'll be challenged throughout the year, and there's going to be lulls, and there's going to be moments where it's like, they've fallen off a cliff. But at this point in time, 6-0, looking really good, playing some good footy. You can only play who you play. You can't change a fixture, after it's already been decided. But we definitely turned it on in that second half, kicked 5 goals, and then we kept Brisbane to 1, which is the most pleasing thing there. So, I felt we kept in our front half really well. We turned it over in our front half, and so often when there was hack kicks out of the back line, I'm like, turn it over. And it's just our bread and butter where, if we can put teams under pressure there in our forward line, we can then force them into quick decisions, hack kicks, and we're normally set up for that front half turnover, which is the easiest way to score. and majority of our score came from turnover. I think about 39 points from turnover, all in all. Yeah, so who did they have? They had Zorko kick a goal. Sorry, it was Berry. Nice goal from the pocket on the set shot. And, yeah, who did we... Close did some nice things. Stengel clearly did some very good things, which we'll talk about, as we go into the players. But, kept it well under control. And, even in the last quarter, after Myers kicked that goal, I thought, all right, we're looking good. Another one or two here would be great. And then, we got enough scoreboard pressure going there and just, stifled Brisbane's sort of ball movement as much as possible. We did a job on Neil, which was really promising to see. So that was, great coaching there on that front. You don't want to be beaten by Neil. And, I mean, Danaher, Cameron and Hipwood really didn't get too active on the scoreboard. I'd be interested to actually check that. So, again, credit to... It's a full field defence, so the forwards have to do their job so it doesn't completely walk out. And it got walked out a little bit, but we did find, I suppose, gears to keep the ball in our front half as much as we could. And there were times even when we had 2 or 3 guys all on their own, so I don't really know how Brisbane were up so high and then our forwards raced back. That was great work rate or poor positioning or a bit of both, but from Brisbane's standpoint. So, I'm not going to say the scoreboard flooded us or flooded the lines a bit, but there was definitely some chances gone begging for both sides. There was even, moments where we had 2 or 3 extra inside 50 and we didn't quite make our chances there, but we made the most of the opportunities that we did have, ending up with 18 scoring shots, 9 goals, 9. We're pretty accurate on the set shot, so good kicking helps massively as well. I mean, you look here, there's not many scoring shots differential really. It's 1 point, one scoring shot. If my maths is correct, 17 and 18. Again, but if you pressure really well and the opposition's taking long shots and tough shots, then you're not going to be kicking 50%. You're going to be kicking a bit closer to 30, 40%. Okay. So that's a good summary of the game. Very stoked with the performance, and 6-0 is looking good. A game on top of the table with percentage. Deep dive into that later, eh? Disposal-wise, Brisbane got much more of the ball, but more inside the contest. But our pressure to sort of minimise the damage from Brisbane going inside to outside was, very prolific and available to see. What we can see, though, is the handball game. Brisbane tried a lot and invited a fair bit of the pressure to the Cats, and we took it to town. 6 more inside 50s than Brisbane. Disposal efficiency definitely wasn't a night to be super efficient. Both sides relatively similar in terms of the inside 50 efficiency. In fact, smack bang, same. Here it's 65-35. So, Conway played a really good game. Clearly, the big O out for Brisbane throughout that sort of second term and onwards, played a big part in the game, especially when you've got lots of stoppages and contests. So, again, that can't be understated, but also, when your best defender also leaves at half-time or concussion protocol at half-time, that also presents massive challenges, and we had players step up, which we'll get stuck into. Clearances even, Stevens there, and centre clearances, the Cats got the nod there by 1. Around the ground, Brisbane by 1. Contested ball, this is really, really interesting. So, Brisbane plus 21, which I think on a dry day would be a lot more noticeable or, beneficial, I should say. And even, on the outside, they got more of the ball there. So, what that says to me, when Geelong get the chocolates, 26-point winners, it makes me go, all right, they've overpossessed the footy in the back half, or they've mucked around by handball. But that is quite interesting. You don't normally get sort of those numbers. But I think when we did use the ball, we generally, just had plenty of penetration in the kick. I know Holmesy loves a long kick, and made the most of the ball that we did have. So, again, yeah, scoring shots are relatively even. Very interesting to be down by, I suppose, that much. But yeah, clearly Brisbane got more of the ball. But what we did with our 338 was good enough, and yeah, more efficient up forward. More turnovers on our side, unusual, but given those conditions, that's fine. Alrighty, marks. Brisbane, a few more inside their 50 as well. Contested marks. They got the chocolates there. And the time in front, that was interesting. So Brisbane had more dominance on the scoreboard in terms of time in front, as opposed to us. But we kicked 9 of the last 11 goals. We had the legs running late, which is very important and what matters. Very impressed with the tackling, 85 to 73. 1%ers, gosh, we love that stat. I reckon we're doing pretty well in the competition on 1%ers. We seem to be up most weeks, which is great. All right, now let's get stuck into the votes, which are very, very tough. And I mean, if we win and the votes are tough, it tells me every time it's a very even team performance, and that's something I've been very pleased with. Just saying that, you don't need Paddy Dangerfield to have 30 and kick 3 for us to win. It's, in fact, quite the opposite. But yeah, the 3 votes, I'm going to go Zach Guthrie. I didn't think I'd be ever saying this, but he's turned his career around massively in the last couple of years. He's got the 21 last night at the 4 marks, a couple of tackles, almost 800 metres gained from his work there. I just thought he was absolutely outstanding and stood up massively when Stewart went out, especially at half-time. It was just a brick wall. Every time Brisbane went forward, Zach Guthrie was just somehow on the end of it. So he positioned himself really well and then, executed very nicely and, becoming a fine defender for us. So, I was very stoked with his performance and, he played a massive game for us. The 2 votes, I'm going to go Mitch Duncan. He had the 24, had the 4 marks, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, almost 500 metres gained. He just seemed to be everywhere where the ball was. It was tough in the contest, I felt, and uses the ball generally pretty well. So I thought, he was a great contributor on the night, and he played his role very nicely. And then the 1 vote, I'm going to go Tyson Stengel. 2 goals, 17 touches, 2 marks, 3 tackles, 2 clearances. He was absolute dynamite up forward, dominoes. It's all happening. All right, so he was just crazy good up forward. He was very prolific there and significant in our sort of foray forward. He just somehow kept taking clunks and causing dramas up or down back for Brisbane. So I loved the way he played. Again, provided that spark and energy up forward. So I've provided enough details of how well I thought he played. But Stengel was very good. Keep up the great work, Tice. All right, let's go through the rest of the crew. So we had Brian Myers. He had the 1 goal, 20 touches, 4 marks, 5 tackles, 5 clearances. Played a really good game yet again. It's amazing how he's somehow in our probably top 5 players, if not even top 3 at his absolute best. He just keeps roaming around the ground, finding territory, finding players loose with his absolute super boot. Over to Tanner Bruin, he had the 21 and the 9 tackles, massive, 7 clearances. So from not even 60% game time. So it's impressive what he's been able to do with the game time that he has been given. And I'm sure that's all deliberate, especially as he's developing. Don't want to throw him in 80-90% at this stage, but I think the most we see him play is around that 70, just under 75% he usually plays. Holmes was good. 24, had the 5 marks, a couple of clearances, goal assists as well. Absolutely yeeted it to Stengel from half back when Neil turned it over, unfortunately, for the Brisbane Lions. Holmesy, still obviously some work to be done on the kicking, but again, clearly he's getting a lot of field position for us, and he's super damaging with what he gives. Jackie Bowes, he kicked 1 goal, 1, had the 21, a couple of marks, 5 tackles, 2 clearances, almost 500 metres game for him as well. Yeah, it's just been just really important inside the guts, and yeah, just really enjoying the role he's playing for us. He's just very steady hand in the midfield, and playing very well. So nice work there, Bowesy. Mark O'Connor did a great job on Lachie Neale. Looked like he did a accountable enough tag. I'm probably checking the stats. We'll say Neale's had 33 somehow, but I'm not going to look at those. I felt he played pretty well. I didn't notice too much of Neale on the outside, so that's positive. 1 goal, 1, 16 touches, 5 marks, 6 tackles, 3 clearances. So, yeah, I really liked O'Connor's effort last night. Very nicely played. Conway's game was really good. He had the 9 disposals, took a clunk, which was a really good defensive mark, by the way. 41 hit-outs, so that'd be career high for him for sure. 4 tackles, 4 clearances. Yeah, he's mucked it in very nicely for Reece out this week. But, keep playing the young man, and he will grow and prosper. Played really well last night. I really, really, really wanted to give Parfitt a vote, but, I'll just love what Single did. But Parfitt's playing really well. He kicked 1 goal, had the 17 touches, 6 tackles, 7 clearances. So he was an absolute beast inside the contest from 70% game time. So again, rotating those midfielders around quite seamlessly. But Parfitt's improved out of sight. I've definitely had some constructive feedback in the past on how he's performed, but I mean, you can't foresee the future, generally speaking. You can only sort of call on what you're seeing, but what I'm seeing right now is he's playing, brilliant footy for us, and, he's got his role really well defined. Be interesting to see how it all goes with a fully healthy midfield, but he's doing everything he can at the moment. Paddy Dangerfield had the 20 touches, 6 tackles, 3 clearances, also got a goal assist. A little bit quiet earlier. And some funny decisions, but he's obviously a significant presence for us. Good to have the captain back in the side, and clearly he'll be better for the run as he goes. But we're still able to find the ball with 82% game time. So good stuff from Paddy as always. Tommy Atkins was a steady hand down back, and in that inside midfield role, he had the 17, had 4 tackles as well. Yeah, he just does his job every week. No fuss. He just gets it done. Jezza had 17 touches, 3 marks, 3 tackles, 2 clearances. So again, roams up pretty high. Didn't get a sausage roll on the board. Neither did the Big Hawk. So that's a rarity. Tough conditions, and it was a tough night for the tall forwards to sort of clunk anything. And it was the smalls doing it on the deck. Ollie Dempsey had a few chances. He missed a couple, 13 touches, 5 tackles, a goal assist though. So he sets his teammates up well, involved in at least 3 scores there, and potentially could have kicked a sausage roll too. Not to be, but keep playing the young man, and he'll be very promising moving into the future. Bradley Close, he kicked 1 goal, 14 touches, had a mark in there, 3 tackles, 4 clearances, a goal assist. I thought, his game was, significant. He felt he was really good, sort of that ground ball sort of player, applying that pressure as we saw 3 tackles there. He just works, incredibly hard. Not all the running gets rewarded, but, he did some great work out for us. And, one of my favourite players, Bradley. So he's a very honest man. Over to Blitzarves, had the 10 touches, 3 tackles, 18 hit-outs, 3 clearances. He had a red hot crack. He always does, and it's not so much in the disposals, but all the little smothers and all the little 1%ers. Blitzarves does really well every week. Tommy Stewart had 10 kicks, and that was all she wrote for the first half, but almost 400 metres gained in the first half alone. Unfortunately, went down with a concussion. Not sure if it's a broken nose or what the fallout is there, but all I do know is he won't be playing at the Blues next week. But even while on early, did some nice damage with the ball. Tommy Hawkins, 0-0 there, donuts for Hawk, but he got the 8 touches, 4 tackles in there, Took a couple of good marks, and yeah, 2 goal assists. So all the little work he does there, he loves to set teammates up and get it all done there. Didn't hit the scoreboard, but had some pretty nice moments. Ollie Henry loves a bag of 2. He's almost a lock for 2 every week. Had the 8 touches, took a grab in there, also got a tackle. Yeah, he was very good early, especially when we needed a bit of a spark up forward. Got his hands still a lot, but clearly it was a tough night to sort of, take marks. But those chances he did have, he made the most of them, didn't kick over 2 or 1-1. He knocked them both in. Sam Nakoni getting back into some better form, finding some of that confidence that we know he's capable of. Had the 12 touches there, took a mark in there, a couple of tackles, a couple of clearances as well. So, Nakoni got involved there quite heavily, and clearly I don't believe Danaher and Hipwood tore the game apart. And I don't think, when you kick 4 goals, or concede 4 goals, I should say, as a whole team, generally it's a good sign. Cole Jasny, pretty solid down back, had the 7 touches, a couple of marks as well, a few tackles. Yeah, again, he just plays his role well every week. He's started the season off very nicely. And, looking forward to him keeping that back line nice and steady. He'll have a big role next week, I'm sure. Jack Henry, once again, just a brick wall down back the rock. He got the 7 disposals, 4 marks. Didn't gain stacks of territory, and that's completely fine. Clearly, not too much damage on the scoreboard from the Brisbane forwards. I give that a big green tick. Jai Clark had the 5 touches, came on as a sub, a couple of tackles as well. Got a nice mark in there too. And he's been the sub the last couple of weeks. He'll keep cracking in and having a good go at it. All right, that is it as far as the game goes. Let's have a bit of a look at how we're looking for next week. I'm sure I'll be at this game. Since it's a Cats home game, we have Carlton, MCG, 4:35. One of the most awkward times for footy, but we'll work through it. It's going to be okay. Looking forward to it. Last time it was the Blues by 8 points, and they were, at the start of the year when we weren't sort of playing our best footy. 5-goal win before that, 26-point win before that. But clearly we don't play them often. Once a year seems to be as much as we get. It'll be twice this year. I reckon, us to get the job done in a close one, I suspect it'll be within that 2-3 goal margin either side of how it all pans out. But I'm liking what we're doing. Carlton, they're very plucky. They scrap and fight their way to sort of, be in a really good position, and they generally don't get blown away. And if they do, they're not afraid of a comeback and getting, when it's on their terms. Does scare me the midfield a little bit in terms of them being able to sort of get field position there and put our backs under pressure, and then what Mackay and Curnow can do. A lot more of Carlton's sort of game has been geared around, I suppose, their transition and ball movement and turnover game. But we'll see how that goes. I like our pressure and stuff. Hopefully we can keep that in a really good spot. But it's an absolute corker. It's a top 6 clash, I suspect. But looking forward to it. It'll be a massive test for us at the MCG. There's probably going to be 80,000 plus fans there, or at least I hope so. I'm optimistic. So, we'll see how that all pans out. But I guess the Cats in a tight one, based on how we're going, and the Blues might still have a few out. But clearly, we're going to have Stuart out, which will present its own challenges. I still think we'll be able to find a way to get the 4 points. All right, so it was Geelong by 26 points, getting the job done at the Gabba, taking home the win to the category, which is superb as we take our account to 6-0, top of the table with a little bit of percentage there, and conceded the least amount of points at this point in time. There'll be Sydney and Gold Coast to play, which have less than us at the moment, but unless there's some heroic event there, we're tracking along pretty well for the teams that played 6 games. So, top of the table and a little bit of percentage there, which is very nice to see. All right, good stuff. Well, hopefully we can stay there for a little while. That'd be nice. Loving the way we're playing, and it's just a great team performances every week. Big game next week, so let's see how that all goes. All right, folks, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed the review. The video a like, subscribe away, all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.